Welcome to this tutorial where we create a rule tile for a simple 2D platformer so that when you create tile maps for your games, it becomes a lot easier. I have this sample scene set up with a grid and a tile map in it. I have a tile set imported in my game, and then I have a tile palette right here. To create a rule tile, I am going to go to my tile folder, and then I am going to right click, create a 2D tile, and then a rule tile. I'm going to name this rule tile, and then I have this rule tile right here. Inside of this inspector, we can see that it's going to have a default sprite and then the tiling rules. For the default sprite, I'm just going to choose something random, so I'm just going to click select, go to my tile set, and then choose something. When I'm doing this, I'm going to lock my inspector so I can go and choose these little tile sets from all of my list so I can choose the tiling rules. But first, I'm going to drag this rule tile into my tile palette so I'm able to draw with it. Right now, when I draw with it, it's just the same because I only have one, and that's the default. But now we can create tiling rules in order to create normal things that we would have to do to create a platformer. I'm just going to create tiling rules for a simple 2D platformer, but if you'd like to create more rules, you are able to do that. So I'm going to click plus so I can add one. I'm going to do a sprite, so I'm just going to go to get to the tile set, grab the first one, and then this is the top left corner. So what we can do for this is to set the rules is you can click on this and there will be either green arrows or red X's. The red X's mean that if there is not another tile right here, we can place this, and if there is a tile under here, we can place this. So we can do this in all the corners, and then all of this shows right here. So if this is a top left corner, there should not be a tile above it, there should not be a tile to the left of it, but there should be a tile underneath it, and there should be a tile to the right of it. And you can see that that is the tile, and that's the tile for our left tile right there. And then that's going to be our default sprite. We can click add, and we're going to add another one. You see it just has our default sprite. We can select, I'm going to select the middle tile, the middle top tile, and then for this tile, it's going to be if there's one to the left, to the right, not above, but one below. So if there's one to the left and to the right of it, and below it, we're going to place the middle of the top. I'm going to click add, and then for this tile, I'm going to do the top right tile. For this one, I'm going to choose if there's one to the left, if there's one to the bottom, not to the right, and not to the top. You can see that this is just the mirror of the left because this is the right one. Then I'm going to click add again, and then for this tile, I'm going to choose the middle right, which will go onto the sides like right there. So for this one, there's not one to the right of it, there's one to the bottom, there's one to the top, and then there's one to the left. I'm just going to duplicate this one for the left side for the tiles. So what I can do is I can go grab the left of it and just go if there's one to the right, if there's one to the left, if there's one to the top and bottom, but not to the right. And then I'm going to do the middle tile. So add, I'm going to select the tile set, and then choose the tile that was in the middle. And then for the tile that was in the middle, I'm going to click if there's tiles on all sides, we can have this. And now we have basically everything except for the bottom. So we're going to add, and then I'm going to select the bottom of my tile set to add to this thing right here. So what I'm going to do is I will select this, and this is the bottom left. So if there's not one below it, not one to the left of it, but one above it, and one to the right of it. And then we can just change all of these all to the same right here. So this is just if these are correct. Fixed. You can change these to do just things to make these easier. Since this is just a mirror of this, you can just change it to mirror if we would duplicate it, but right now we are just doing all of the tiles because we have a different set of tiles. But if you have a certain tile set that will work with this, you are able to use those to make the rule tiles when you make it much easier. I'm going to add another one. I'm actually going to drag this down one to the bottom. And then I'm going to go to the tile set. I'm going to grab the tile that I need, which will be the bottom right tile. And then for this one, there's going to be not one below it, not one to the right of it, but one to the left and one above. And then if I add the bottom tile, that will go on the bottom of my platform. When I place it, then we shall have a tile set. So this is going to be one to the left, one to the right, one above, but not one below. So now we have all of these rule tiles right here, and what they do is that when you draw with this, you are able to create your own little platform. So you see I'm just drawing around, and it has created a little platform for me with all of these rule tiles. See, there's this in the middle, and then it has the grass on the top, which is nice. We can also add a few more things. Since my tile set right here, if I go and unlock this inspector, and then we can look at this tile set right here, I have all of these tiles, so I can add corners when I have this, and then you can add different things to make this tile set you can make it look nicer with different rule tiles, like I'm able to add the different corners. But right now, this rule tile set right here in this rule tile, this is the tile set for a platformer. So if you'd like to take a screenshot of this and add it to your own, this is the top left, this is the top middle, this is the top right, this is the middle left, this is the middle right, this is the middle tile. This one is the bottom left, this one's the bottom right, and this is the bottom tile. You can see that I have those tiles right there corresponding to that. And if you have different tiles in your tile set, just click select, and you can select the different tiles in your tile set so that it will work for the tile set that you have. But this tile set is great for what I have right now, and it is the end of this tutorial. Thank you for following along through this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please give our channel a like and a subscribe because it really helps out our channel. Thank you.